The Australian Open is nearly upon us and the seedings have been confirmed. So let's take a look at them. So let's start off with the men's, and at the top of the draw, it will be the number 1 seed, the man of 2023, Novak Djokovic, that's right. And number 2 down the other end will be Carlos Alcaraz. We've got Daniil Medvedev there, solid at number 3. Number 4 being Jannik Sinner after his incredible run at the back end of 2023. Andrei Rublev, number 5. We got Sasha Zverev moving up to number 6. Tsitsipas at 7. Holger Rune making up the top 8 there. He's had a very good week, just losing in the final against Dimitrov in Brisbane. We got Hubie Hurkacz now up to number 9 in the seedings. And Alex de Minaur had a storming start to the year, defeated Novak Djokovic at the United Cup. He's at number 10. Casper Ruud fixed in at number 11. Taylor Fritz at 12. Dimitrov, as I just mentioned, the champion of Brisbane, he's at 13. Tommy Paul at 14. Khachanov at 15. Ben Shelton there, big name, at 16. Francis Tiafoe, the fellow American, at 17. Jarry, look at him, he's flying high at 18. Cam Norrie, the Brit, he's at 19. Adrian Manarino, he makes up the top 20. Ugo Humbert, fellow Frenchman, at 21. Francisco Cerundolo, repping Argentina there at 22. We got Alejandro Davidovich Fokina at 23. Jan-Lennard Struff at number 24 there. Lorenzo Musetti, the Italian, at 25. Sebastian Baez, he is at number 26. Felix Auger-Aliassime somehow keeping inside the seedings. He's at number 27. Talon Griekspoor at 28. Sebastian Korda 29. Thomas Martin Echeverri is another Argentine there at number 30. Sasha Bublik at number 31. And making up the 32, it is Jiří Lehečka of the Czech Republic. And those waiting on standby should anybody drop out of the seedings. Next up will be Laszlo Djere, and after that it will be the American Chris Eubanks. But as I always do, I'm going to go through some of the danger players who are the unseeded players in the men's draw. So let's have a look at the 5 players I've picked on this occasion. And I'm going for number 36, which is Roman Safiullin, the Russian, who's been playing very well this year and the back end of last year. Let's not forget, he defeated Carlos Alcaraz in Paris, and he's just been to the semi-finals in Brisbane. I think this guy could have a really good year and definitely one to watch out for in this draw. Andy Murray needs no introduction. He's number 44 and no one will want to play him. He is a 3-time Slam champion and always good in a Grand Slam. And you don't want to be going to 5 sets with him in Australia. Ask Kokkinakis and Berrettini. And we've got Ruusuvuori. He's just been to a final in Hong Kong, defeated closely by Andrei Rublev. He's at 50. Jack Draper at 61. We know how good he has been recently. He won the UTS in London, and he's starting to look like he can really mix it with the big players on tour. And last but not least, he had to be included, 125 in the world, Matteo Berrettini. He's made his way over to Melbourne, and I can't wait to see if he gets to play in this Australian Open draw. He is a threat. He is a former semi-finalist, and I think he's a player that nobody is going to want to face in the first round. But let me know your dangerous unseeded players in the comments section below. I want to hear your thoughts on this. Do you agree with me? And are there some others that I may have missed? But let's get on to the women's seedings now for the Australian Open. And number 1 will be Iga Swiatek. She heads the bill as always. Had a successful United Cup, but unfortunately lost in the doubles, and that was what cost them against Germany. We've got Sabalenka there at number 2, defeated finalist in Brisbane, but The winner of Brisbane in emphatic fashion, not dropping a set, is Jelena Rybakina, and everyone will have their eye on her come the draw of the Australian Open to see which side of the draw she's on. Will she be on the side of Iga or Sabalenka? I'm sure Iga is praying that she'll be on Saba's side. Coco Gauff, a successful start to the year for her too. She was the champion of Auckland this week. Jess Pegula at number 5. Ons Jabeur there at 6. Vondrausova at number 7. Maria Sakkari at number 8. At number 9, we got Barbora Krejcikova. Number 10, Beatrice Haddad-Maia. Number 11, Yelena Ostapenko. Definitely watch out for her. Kim Win Jeng, she's at 12. Samsonova at 13. We have Kasatkina at 14. Kudermetova 15. Garcia 16. Alexandrova 17. Azarenka just been to a semi-final in Brisbane and unfortunately came up short against Sabalenka. She's at 18. Svitolina just been to a final, lost in 3 sets against Coco Gauff. She's in good form and definitely one to watch. Magda Linette had a fantastic time in Australia before. Can she do it again? Donna Vekic, always dangerous at 21. Sursteyer at 22. We never know what we're going to get from her, but she could be a threat. Potapova at 23. Kalinina at 24. Mertens at 25. Not had a good start to the year for her. Got breadsticks and bagel by Rybakina. We got Paolini 26. We got Navarro 27. She's just been to a semi-final. Lost to Coco Gauff. Sorenko at 28. Lin Zhu at 29. Jin Wang at 30, Bauskova 31, and making up the 32 is Leylah Annie Fernandez. Great to see that name back in the seeds, and making up the sort of reserves, waiting to see if somebody else drops out. We've got Pliskova next, and also after that we will have Sofia Kenin, another name creeping back up the rankings. Unfortunately, we will be missing Mukova and Madison Keys. Both of these players have withdrawn from the tournament. But let's get on to my dangerous unseeded players on the women's side, and I'm sure you'll probably recognize a few of these names. I've gone for number 47, Mila Andreeva, the young 16-year-old. She's a danger to anyone on tour, especially in the early rounds, especially in the first couple of sets. You've really got to ride out the storm and take her to 3, I think, if you want to get her out of there. And the last person to get her out of there was Noskova. That's the next selection there, number 51 on the ranking. And she definitely one to watch out for. She actually ran Rybakina closer than Sabalenka did in Brisbane, so maybe that's something to note. She actually did better than the world number 2. And we can't ever ignore Danielle Collins. She's number 54. She's a former finalist of the Australian Open, hard hitter, and no one will want to face her in the early rounds. And last but not least, it's obviously number 832 in the world, but never ever ignored Naomi Osaka, coming back from giving birth to her first child, and she didn't look too bad on her return, but it's going to be a slow progress. She's always a threat. She's a double champion at the Australian Open, and you can never rule her out. But let me know if you agree with those ones, or if you've got some of your own selections of the unseeded dangerous women's players. Put them in the comments section. I want to hear your thoughts. And if you haven't already, smash a like, subscribe, and join us for the countdown. That's going to be coming up tomorrow. See you for it.